morning, guys. Welcome back to Dave's Paranormal. A drizzly morning, but in a beautiful graveyard. I am a bit concerned because it's right next to a road that I thought this place was more so out of the way looking on the map. But there's quite a bit of traffic going by, so I'm just a bit concerned about the noise contamination on that. But maybe if I stick around the back part of the church where I am now, might not be so bad. It's a very drizzly morning. Allegedly, it's not forecasted for rain today, but we'll see how that goes. Good morning, spirits. My name's Dave. I've come with the intention to communicate with any spirits that reside here. Is anybody willing to come forward and communicate and talk to me today? I come with the utmost respect. I'm not here to harm anyone, and I don't wish to be harmed. But if you want to come forward, the device I'm holding in my hand will pick up your image if you care to show yourself. Pigeon. More pigeons. Well, yes, and this device here that I'm pointing at is a microphone. They'll both pick up your voice. If you care to come forward, you can talk into any of the devices. Like I say, even if you show yourself. Just been a bit nosy. I'll have a quick look down here. And nothing much to see down there. And that part leads into the other part of the graveyard. Once again, some very, very old graves. Oh, is that a child? WP 1860. Good morning, spirits. Here's all the newer graves in the distance there. Newer graves, does that mean newer energy? Are there any spirits around here that want to come forward? Come and talk to me. Well guys, as you can see, I've got my camera on the tripod. I've got the old little bell. Any spirits that want to come forward and communicate, there's a bell there you can tap on. How about twice for yes and once for no? Any spirits here with me that want to communicate? If you tap the bell, is there any female spirits that wish to communicate? Is there any male spirits that want to communicate? There's a lot of background noise of traffic and dogs barking. This is why I like the old graveyards in the countryside. Apparently, just sort of saw a shadow that crossed there, and then right where those graves are, I just saw what looked like literally a person walking past, all in black. Then when I looked again, gone. That's quite a strong, steady signal there, and I'm nowhere near anything that should set that off. It's on a steady green, that. Little bit of energy there. Could be something, could be nothing. So come on, spirits, please come forward. I've just seen that shadow figure again. My God, come on. Right, see the cross there, that grave, then just to the right there's a bush there. See that black gravestone in the middle of the screen? From left to right, behind that bush. Seriously. I'm going to take a wander down there in a bit. Please come forward, spirits. Like I say, my name is Dave. I mean no harm. I don't wish to be harmed again, as I said earlier. I just want to communicate with any spirits that may reside in this graveyard. Is there any spirits here that are unhappy or not at peace? Maybe if you tap that bell, you just have to tap the top of it to set it off. If you're unhappy, just go on, just tap it. Right. I need some sort of direction to go to here, so don't hate me. Spirit talker. If any spirits can come forward, communicate through this device in my hand. It says words or phrases or even sentences in some rare occasions. You can use this to generate words and try and communicate with myself through this device.
Something stirs.
Something stirs. Are you a chef? I don't mean to be disrespectful, I just want to make things light-hearted if I can. What's stirring? Is something stirring in the distance that I've seen two black shadows? I feel like this could be a very active graveyard. It looks a very lonely place as well. I mean, you've got lots of neighbours. There seems to be a lot of activity on the roadside. There's a golf course across the road. Also, in this area, there is an abandoned asylum, and I want to go and check it out, but I'm not prepared to do abandoned asylums or any abandoned buildings by myself, because there's a risk of other people being in there that could be homeless and all that stuff. So at least 2 adults, and not my daughter, definitely not. So I've got a name through called Smith. Am I stood next to your grave? You could also use the bell to tap as well. If I'm stood next to your grave, maybe you could tap. I'm just checking to see if there's the name Smith anywhere close by. I tell you what, that doesn't look too clever. As you can see, guys, the traffic, not the best locations. Doesn't help when people are blasting the music as well. And there's some old graves. Not so much attended so much anymore. But these ones, that one's in pretty good nick. If there's any spirits that want to come forward and come for a walk with me, please feel free to come and follow me. And when I say follow me, I mean just in this graveyard. Not when I leave. Whoa, what's going on here? Look at this, guys. This graveyard goes into the woods. I did not expect this. Lots of squirrels around. Wow. What a sudden change in atmosphere. Are there any spirits down here that are willing to communicate with me? Man, look at that. This place has got a creepy vibe. Tell you what, guys, if you see the church in the distance there and the graveyard that goes around on the opposite side, in that general area, I thought this was how big it was. Didn't realize it stretched all the way down here. Just a little fence where it stops before the woods. Now these graves here, I'm seeing some 1992, the 1980s, 2000s. So in relation to where the old ones are, these are not that old. Does anyone want to come forward? Any spirits, please? I'll introduce myself again. My name is Dave. I've come here this morning on this miserable day. So how about try and cheer me up and communicate with me, eh? I've only come to talk to anyone that's willing to come and talk to me. I'd love to hear your story of how you ended up here. I don't mean obviously by you dying, but if you could talk to me, was you ill? Did you die unexpectedly? Did you live a right old age? Are you happy that you're here? Are you not at peace? Please come forward, spirits. I mean no harm. This grave here, it's starting to sink. It's like that now. And it's not that old, really. You're looking at 1990s, 1998. Could somebody please come forward? I'm going to place this bell on a grave. Smith, the name that come up before, Smith, is a Frederick John Smith. I find that is an appropriate place to put the bell. Just testing. Frederick John Smith, are you able? Oh, actually, I was going to say, are you able to tap the bell to confirm that you're here with me? Do it 2 taps for a yes and once for a no. I don't say how a no would mean that you're not here, because then you would be here, but you get the idea. But Frederick, was you the person that come through before? On my phone, it came through with the name Smith. Maybe, if I put this here, so Maureen, I've put a K2 on your grave. I don't mean that by any disrespect, but it's just a device for any spirits to communicate with me by way, if you come forward and you can touch it and you can make the lights go from the white up to the green, to the yellow, the orange or the red, depending on your strength. Now, if I ask you a question and you touch that, I could use that as a yes. And it's flickering. Thank you. Am I communicating with a male spirit? Don't forget, there's the bell behind. You can always tap that as well. Do 2 taps for a yes and 1 tap for a no. But the spirit that come forward, if you did, or if it was a spirit that made those lights flicker to green, could you do that again? And it's doing it again. Thank you so much. Is this the spirit of Maureen? Nothing. Oh, a flicker. Am I talking to Maureen? Good morning, Maureen. I've been no disrespect. Passed away 1990. Maureen, could you come forward and talk with me, please? Thank you. Man, it's flickering on command. Are you happy to be in this graveyard? I tell you what, why don't I not use the bell as well? So you've got two devices there. You can tap that, or you can use those lights. So, are you at peace here? Are you happy here? Did you die too soon, do you feel? Are you with your family now? Flickering. Maureen, can I ask you, are you happy where you are? Maureen, can I ask you, are you happy where you are? Don't forget you can use the bell as well. Man, the day that bell gets tapped, I'll be like, jeez. Had a nice strong spike there. Maureen, can you tell me, are there any spirits in this graveyard that are not happy here? Maybe you could communicate with them and tell them to come forward and try and talk with me. If there's anybody that's not at peace, I'm here just as a bit of company to talk to anybody. Maureen, or any other spirits, whoever is communicating through this device, do you have... Thought I heard something behind, but it is woods, could be wildlife. Oh, a nice spike there. Could somebody come forward and show themselves, please? Do you have the strength to do that? I'd love it if you could come and stand next to me. Just stand opposite me here. That'd be fantastic if you could. Am I talking to Maureen? Or am I talking to somebody else? Make the lights go up to yellow if I'm talking to somebody else, please. But if it just spikes on the green, is that Maureen? Okay, I think I'm talking to Maureen here. Do you think that you could be able to talk to me through another device? If there's any spirits here with me, by way of communicating, could you tell me my name? Did you say my name? Why, of course I can. Wow. Could you say the name Maureen? Not quite sure what that said there. Can you say the name Maureen? Are there any other names that can come through and communicate with me? Is there any spirits here that need any help? Could break your something there. Weird. Are there any other names on any of the graves here that can come forward and speak through this device? And if you can do that, I'll see if I can find your grave. We've got Timothy there, Cynthia. Feel free to repeat these names through this device. It's Maureen, Charles, Doris, earlier on, I've seen two black shadow figures over in that section. Could the spirit, I believe if it was a spirit, come forward and communicate through this device? Well, there's a few names or words come through there. Obviously, I'll have to get my headphones on in the edit and check out what they were. Anything relevant will be up on the screen as usual. But nobody wants to ring the bell. Well, for a few minutes I've just been stood here and just taken in the atmosphere. I thought I'd give myself a little minute break just to sort of, I don't know, just compose myself, just to see what direction I'm going into next. And I've noticed that the lights have just remained, oh, flickered there, but they just remained on the white. Now they're flickering green. Okay, Maureen, is that you? Can you make the lights just go a little bit towards the yellow? Just by way of communicating, just to let me know that that's you. I'd love to hear your story. I hope there's been disembodied voices captured through my camera or through the microphones. It's no good in the moment if I'm not hearing them, but when I edit the video, it might sort of give me a sort of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to explain here. I think I'm too cold and I'm too tired. But you get what I mean. When I'm editing the video and I hear these disembodied voices, it puts a whole new direction on the video than what I feel in the moment sometimes. I don't know if I'm talking a load of crap or am I making sense? But come on, any spirit, please. Why don't you not? I tell you what, If anybody has the ability, the strength, the energy to knock that over, knock it off a gravestone. But if you have the ability to do that, you've got the ability to tap the bell. Whew, God, it's cold. It's weird because in respect of the old graves nearer the church that are like 1800s and, you know, very old, these ones, I'm looking at the 80s, as I said before, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. But this is really, really weird. It's like a funny feeling. It took a whole new weirdness when I came down here. I didn't even know that this existed. I thought it was just graves immediately in the surroundings of the church. And then now there's that section, which I think I may well head on to now. So Maureen, I'm going to move now, or if it's not Maureen, it's flickering. Is that, are you agreeing? Like, okay, why don't you not try and knock that off the headstone? If you could. Make the lights flicker. Go on. On 3. 1. Or 1. That'd be great. Thank you. Anyway, Maureen, I want to thank you so much if that was you communicating. If it wasn't you and it was somebody else, again, thank you for communicating. But I don't want to outstay my welcome here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to another section of the graveyard. But if you feel that you want to stay with me, please feel free to follow me. And you can still communicate with me and with any other spirits. Are you okay with that? Maybe that's a no. Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Maureen. I'm going to take a little walk now. It's bloody cold. Thank you, Maureen. And John, if that was you, that came through on the Spirit Talker app, thank you for that. I don't know why, guys, but as I make my way towards this section where I thought, I'm convinced, I've seen a black shadow figure twice. And approaching these trees, it's just weird. I'm just sort of a little bit freaked out. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because I'm in the graveyard. I should be tucked up in bed. But then again, there'd be no content, would there? Let's take another last look at this. I bet you it's a bit more of a pleasant place to be in the summer. Good morning, spirits. I thought I'd introduce myself. My name is Dave. I've just been communicating with people or spirits with in the little section down by the woods there. And I thought I'd come along here to have a chat, just to see if anyone's willing to communicate here. Man, you can't get much more fresher than this grave, can you? Died 24th of June 2024. (2020, 2019, 2018). Yeah, clearly these are the newer graves. Maybe these newer graves have a lot more energy. Yeah, the graveyard is slowly making its way down this way. So like I said, spirits, my name is Dave. If anyone wants to come forward and communicate with me, please feel free. I'm trying not to stand on anyone's grave. It's a tight squeeze through. I'm making my way towards what I thought I saw anyway. I'm convinced I saw a shadow figure. Oh, look at that. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. It looks all brand new, that. Very well looked after. Man, these graves are in such good condition that all the headstones, they're like as if they were just brand new today. But yes, did I see a shadow figure? In that area there. There's nobody in this graveyard. I'm the only person here. I wouldn't have thought this was a place where people would bring to walk the dogs. But I'm curious. Well, I thought I'd put the spirit talker on just to see if any relevant names come through, any relevant words. Any spirits with me on this section today? I do feel that somebody was trying to communicate with me down the bottom.
I like using this.
You like using this? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Could you tell me who am I talking to? Could you give me a name and I'll stand next to your grave? Got John, Annette, Hilda, Andrew, Ted, Edna, William, Harry, Reginald. Come up with a name and I'll stand next to your grave and I'll come and talk to you. If you're willing to do so. Could you do that for me, please? Or could you just come and stand next to me?
Go fuck yourself.
Wow. Thank you for telling me that. That makes me very, very welcome. Every time, guys, every time I come to a graveyard, a spirit doesn't like me. Right, well, you want me to go in myself, right?
Spirit.
A spirit. Well, that's what I'm trying to communicate with. Have I got a very upset spirit here? Have I upset somebody? Could you tell me what I've done that's upset you? I'd like to know why I get told to politely go away in graveyards. I wonder if this has anything to do with the dark, black, shadowy figure that I thought I saw. I keep saying I thought I saw. I'm convinced I did see. Walking from right to left here, but it was, yeah.
Positivity.
Positivity. I try to remain positive, even though I get a spirit to tell me to go and, you know, myself. Could you give me your name? Particularly the name of a spirit that doesn't like me. Is there anything I can do to make you like me?
I died in a sword fight.
You died in a sword fight. Right, I'm sure I've had that before, so I'm going to take that as irrelevant. But if you can come forward and give me your name, that would be fantastic. Are there any evil spirits in this graveyard? Are there any evil spirits, any dark entities? Are all the spirits in this graveyard just friendly, apart from that one? The spirit that told me to go in myself, why didn't you not come forward and show yourself?
I'm in my 20s.
You're in your 20s. I'm in my 50s. I know I don't look it. But the spirit that doesn't like me, why don't you not come forward? Maybe show yourself to me. And we can have a little chat, a little conversation. I like to ask you what it is that you don't like. Could you give me a name, please? I'm asking for a name. To make this device relevant, don't spit out any old jargon. Give me a name, particularly a name on one of these headstones. Are you scared to communicate? Is that what it is? Are you frightened? Is it because I'm a new face? I'm not here to harm anybody. I'm certainly not here to harm anybody at all, and I don't wish to be harmed. Well, like I said previously on another section of the graves, you can talk into the device the camera, and if you want to show yourself, it'll pick you up. That would be fantastic. You could talk into the device on my chest, the microphone, or this device on my hand. And I would love to hear your voice. I'd love to see you, actually. Could you imagine if I captured you on video? Could you imagine if I captured you and I told the world?
She killed.
She killed. If I told the world your existence, you get a lot of visitors in this graveyard.
Stay.
I should stay. Well, I take it I'm communicating with a spirit different to the one a few moments ago.
I'm in my 60s.
Well, that's not an old age, that, is it? I take it you died too soon. So you're asking me, you're telling me I should stay. That is fantastic. The weather tells me otherwise, that I should be
Crocodile.
Crocodile, really? What's... The weather's telling me that I should be heading off soon. Ish. One spirit's told me to politely leave. Well, not so much leave, but, you know. And now one says I should stay. Well, I tell you what, I'll stay if you can come forward and maybe show yourself so I can see you. If I've got...
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe, okay. If I've got an image, an apparition, a spirit, a ghost, whatever you want to call, that manifests in front of me, I've got a targeted thing to go on, haven't I? I could approach you, or you could approach me. We could just stand here and have a conversation. You could tell me, whoa, that was weird. Whoa. I'm not sure if that was a groan. Was that a groan? I don't want to say a voice. I'm not 100% sure. Be interesting if the camera audio picks that up. Or this microphone audio. Now I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, if a spirit wants to manifest, show themselves, we could have a full-blown conversation. We could talk about how you passed on. Are you in a happy place? Are you upset that you've died too soon? If you're in your sick...
Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid, actually, no. Not unless something or somebody changes this situation to make the atmosphere or anything different. But currently, as I feel right now, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm not scared or anything. I'm a little bit frustrated that when I come to these places that no spirits show themselves. They certainly make themselves known by way of disembodied voices and whispers. But when I say they show themselves, what I mean is on the camera. I want to capture a spirit, a ghost, an apparition, whatever you want to call yourselves. I want to capture that on camera because I see in the moment, depending where I am, black shadow figures, grey shadow figures, white shadow figures. Momentarily, I catch them at the corner of my eye and I look away and I look again and they're gone. Sometimes they're there still for seconds. This one over here happened.
I am Eliza.
Eliza. Finally a name. Good morning, Eliza. Right. I'm going to just walk across here. Let's see if I can find Eliza.
Seth.
Eliza and Seth. The gravestone of Kenneth Williams here. It's not the Kenneth Williams. Seth and Eliza.
Elegance.
Elegance. I'd like to think I have some of that. Well, I'm sorry, Eliza or Seth, but I can't find your grave. I mean, I could go that way, but it means moving the camera and blah, 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 you know. Not that I mean to be disrespectful, but I'm not seeing you. But you can, just because I don't see your grave, doesn't mean to say that you're not here. Could be a spirit that wanders this graveyard that's not buried here.
Many deaths.
Well, I can see there's been many deaths. It's an increasingly growing graveyard, isn't it? But how about
Hannah.
Hannah? Do you know, I'm sure I saw a Hannah. Not here, but maybe it's over that one. I can't remember. Hannah.
Scream.
Scream. Well, I've always asked, particularly when I'm in Cannock, looking for the black-eyed children, asking them to scream. But you could scream as a way of showing your presence. You could scream, you could shout, you could cry. You know, you could even do that. I should have put that on sooner. Right, I'm going to run this one last time. Please come forward, spirits, and communicate through this device. It's weird. Can any spirits of any graves, of the names on any graves, come and talk into this device? But John, Annette, I don't think anybody wants to talk in this section. Now, I don't think anybody wants to communicate in this section because got a couple of names or phrases that came out there, but nothing compared to further down there. So nobody's ringing my bell. Come on, room service. Well, this section here, which I thought would be really creepy because of the shadow figure that I saw. I don't know why, I just thought, and approaching this section from over there, which is in actual fact more creepier, I started getting really sort of weirded out a bit. But now that I'm here, I'm just like, nah, this has got, these are all, well, what's the stereotypical rest in peace, and that's what they are. But that older section, that needs a return at night time, I believe. And that's for the old, really old section by the grave, by the church. Maybe that needs a return visit sometime. Who knows? Well, I've just been standing here for a few minutes from doing that call out, just taking it all in the moment. And there's something about this graveyard. I feel like I need to come back sometime, whether it be in the evening or just on a more pleasant day, I don't know. But this section where I'm stood here, I'll show you. I feel not so much there, but right where those trees are in the distance there, that section there, that definitely needs a return visit. So let's take a wander. The black shadow figure want to come and show itself again before I go. Look at that miserable sky. And that is slowly making its way this way. I've just spotted a random little gravestone, headstone, pointing in an opposite direction of all of these ones right here. Oh, there's a few. Seems a bit weird that that gravestone, or the grave, is there. Then you got these ones. Tiny little headstones. Anyway guys, I'm going to bring this video to an end. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I always say on the end of the videos, if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm or something with the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, I don't charge. And don't forget, if you do subscribe, or if you are subscribed, hit the bell notification for all new and upcoming videos. And with that, I shall see you all on the next video. So if you're out there doing paranormal yourself, happy ghost hunting, and I'll see you all on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye for now.